Hello everyone! Thank you so much for joining me on my very first Facebook Live by myself. I don't have my friend with me this time, so hopefully it goes okay. Cross your fingers. Welcome everyone. I just want to thank you all for tuning in, whether it's live as I'm doing it now or later when you re-watch the broadcast. I'm so glad that you're here. In case you don't know who I am, I'm Lindsay Stone. I am the lead formulator at Stone Beauty Co. I'm also a master makeup artist, and I got my start in the wedding industry. So if any of my other brides are watching, please shout out and let me know that I did your makeup on your wedding day. Hey, Laura. I'm going to talk to you all today about color matching your foundation, which is really difficult for lots of people. So hopefully I can demystify some of the challenges. Can everybody hear me okay? Can you give me a thumbs up or an ear or something to let me know that you can hear me? Because I want to make sure I'm speaking loud enough. Also, let me know where you're tuning in from, even if you're watching this after the fact. Hi, Laura! Laura is the one who got me started on Facebook Live. I was on her channel last week, so it was super fun. She's really good at this, so I'm glad she's here to watch my progress. Oh, what's your viewing beverage, everyone? I have my viewing beverage right here. My glass of Walmart wine. Don't knock it till you try it. It's very good. And of course, my bougie straw. Okay, so let me know where you're coming in from and if I know you in person, because I'd really love to know if you're here and I know you. First of all, before I start talking about the makeup, I just want to say that skincare, don't forget about your skincare. I know skincare is like I always hit that. And I'm going to try and, oh, hey, Rebecca, she's drinking water. What's the movie where people say, hell no, H2O? I'm not saying that to you, Rebecca. I'm just saying it came into my mind. Anyway, skincare. Even though we're going to talk about makeup today, I really want to stress the fact that, oh, hey, Anna. Hey. Aw, I love Anna. It's been a long time since I've seen you. I'm so glad you're here. Liquid mineral makeup, which is what we are talking about today, sits on the top of your skin. So it basically only functions for one purpose. It's to make your skin look better. Hey, Jean. I do know what you're drinking. Yes. You're drinking the Jean Special, which is what I always order when I'm at your house. Anyway, makeup sits on top of your skin. That's its whole purpose, is to make it look different, make it look better, make it look more even. So makeup consists of two things, and I know this is going to get kind of sciencey, but it's important that you understand this. It consists of the pigment and the carrier. So the pigment is the minerals, or the artificial dyes and colors that make up the colors you see on your skin. The carrier is the vehicle with which those pigments and colors get to your skin. So when you have a carrier like oil or water or things like that are kind of more healthful for your skin, it doesn't make you break out. It's a lot better for you. When you get to some of the makeups that have chemicals and additives and plastics, which is what silicone is, those are the ones to watch out for. So I just want to say that the better your skin is, the better your makeup will look. You can only make your skin look so good, but if you want really flawless makeup, you have to start with skincare and making your skin really, really healthy and choosing good products to put on top of it. Okay. I have my little notes here because I was afraid I'd get off topic. So can everybody hear me okay? Am I speaking loud enough? I think on my first video, I don't know if I was speaking loud enough. Everybody take a drink of your watching beverage and we're going to dive right in. Okay. So when you go to choose a foundation, I'm sure that all of you have looked at this great wall of Coyote Ugly. Thank you. Yes, Coyote Ugly is a movie. Hell no, H2O. Thank you very much. It's an oldie but a goodie. So a lot of you have seen this big wall of foundation colors and you think, how in the world am I going to choose the right color? And if you're like me, I have spent a lot of money on the wrong color. And I thought, even I am a professional. How can I not figure out how to get the right color? And you've probably heard terms like cool and warm, or you've seen numbers or letter systems, or the foundation is named after different foods, or lots of different variants. There's no one common denominator when it comes to foundation colors. It can be really, really confusing. What are the things that you guys have seen? Is that confusing to anybody else? It's kind of like women's pant sizes. Like there's just anything could mean anything. So usually the most common descriptive words you hear about foundation is warm and cool. And most of us know, and this is where I'm really going to geek out because I'm not as into makeup as I am into color theory, which is any good makeup artist will tell you is that's 99% of the job is color theory. So I have my trusty color wheel here that I take to every job and reference quite often. But your warm colors, anybody know? Your warm colors are on this side, your yellows, your oranges, your reds. Your cool colors are your greens, your blues, your purples. So does anybody notice anything weird about that? Cool and warm. Where are most of our skin tones? They're right over here in the warm section. So how can something be cool and warm? Yeah, Rebecca, you love color theory. Me too. So you're gonna love this. Okay, so if most of our colors of our skin tone shades are on the warm side, how do we know what's warm and cool? And here's the even more confusing part, is some companies that would classify their shade as warm, another company would classify that exact same shade as cool. So it really doesn't matter what the bottle says. What you need to keep in mind when you're looking for the perfect color match is you have to understand two things, dark and light and the undertone. So we all know dark and light. Like I brought a visual aid. Here's two colors of pink. This is light pink. This is dark pink, right? Or you have dark blue and light blue. It's easier to think of dark and light when you're thinking about one color, dark and light. More concentrated, less concentrated sometimes. More saturated, more unsaturated. That's dark and light. That's important. And then the second part is the undertone. And that is where, throw red hair in the mix and it's impossible. Yeah, Rebecca, no joke. Redheads are a little harder to color match, but oh, I hope this helps you, Rebecca, I really do. Okay, so you have dark and light, and then you have the undertone. So has anybody here, give me a thumbs up if you have done this, picked a white color, wall color for your house, and you've gone to look at the swatches at Home Depot or Lowe's or wherever you get your stuff, and you realize there are like 25 different shades of white. Has anybody done this? Because I've done this many, many times. My husband tells me my walls are going to eventually cave in on us because I'm constantly repainting our walls. But have you ever noticed in the white section, one of the whites looks more yellow, one of the whites looks more blue, one of the whites looks more pink? That is the tone, that is the undertone. And that is when you can really dial down and get your perfect color. Oh yeah, Rebecca says she currently uses color theory to color correct spots and then a CC pigment. Yes, very smart, very smart. Makeup artists do that all the time. Color correct, cancel out. You lose the color wheel. Just give you a little freebie. If you have blue underneath your eyes, like blue veins, if I have some blue, if you have darkness, you want to look on the opposite side of the color wheel, and that's orange. So you want to choose, Rebecca says all the whites look the same to her. You want to choose something on the opposite side of the color wheel. So you want to choose like a pinky orangey undertone on your concealer under your eyes or anywhere. If you have red spots, acne, boom, works too. What are you going to use? Something with a little shade of green in it. This is important. Not a lot, but a little goes a long way. So anyway, those are just some extra things because I love my little wheel. Hey, Sin. So dark and light and undertone. So here's where we're going to dial in. So let's say that you are color matching yourself. I'll just use some of our foundations as an example. This is too dark for me. Forget about the undertone. This is our shade Twig. We just came out with these foundations today, by the way. So I'm gonna swatch myself right here. Can everybody see that? Maybe not. It's too dark. It's hard to tell. Let me do it on my hand. Too dark. Got it? Way too dark. Wipe that off my face. Too dark. You guys got that. Let's see an easy one. So when you get to a shade that's the right level of darkness for you, or lightness, depending on which way you're going. Let's look at this one. This is our shade Whisker. This one's pretty close to me in terms of dark and light. Looks a little lighter on camera, but in person, it's a pretty good match. And I'm on my hand, which is not a good place to swatch. I can talk more about that later. So, you want to find something that is in your level of darkness or light that's close to your skin tone. And then once you find that, you want to find something that is the right tone. So I hope that makes sense to anyone. If you have any questions, I'm trying to watch the comments as they scroll through. Just type any questions if I'm going too fast or if it doesn't make sense. So like, how do you figure out what your undertone is? A lot of people don't know that. If you have blue veins, like you can see blue veins, you can see my blue veins, and you turn red in the sun and you don't tan, you probably have a pink or a red undertone. If you tan easily and you are in the medium shades, you might have a yellow or green undertone and you don't turn red in the sun. If you have a darker, deeper skin tone, that's where you get into the blues and the purples. Hey, Slyndalyn. Thanks for joining us. But it's really not as important that you identify what your undertone is that you can pick it out on your own skin. Like you swatch something on yourself and you can identify, you know what, this is too dark or this is too light. Or you can swatch it and say, you know what, this one's too yellow. So I need to find something that's more pink and that's gonna match my skin tone better. Don't be surprised if you are not straight out of the bottle, because when I was working weddings all the time, I never had anybody that was straight out of the bottle. Maybe once or twice, and you would know because I would tell you, because I would go, oh my gosh, I can't believe it, you're a straight out of the bottle color. People are rarely, very, very rarely, color right out of the bottle. So in fact, I'm not either in my own line of foundation. So our two lightest shades are Whisker and Quartz, and I am right in between. I am a lightless level of Quartz. This is our lightest shade, but it's a little too yellow for me. And the next shade up is just a tad too dark, but it's a neutral shade. So it's a really good tone shade for my skin. So when I mix them together, it takes a little bit of the yellow out and it also lightens it up and I get pretty dead on match. So I guess my color is Warts. Let's not call it that. Let's call it Whisker. I'm in the color Whisker in the Stone Beauty Co. line of foundations. So where do you color match? Where do you do it? You don't do it on your hand. I was doing that to show you. When you color match, you want to do it right here on the side of your face, or right here on your neck. I know you think like those are totally random places. Most people, if you don't wear sunscreen, which you should, all of you, I'm momming you right now, always wear sunscreen every day, 365 days a year, every day. You're probably going to be lighter in the face than you are on your neck, or the same color if you wear sunscreen. If you don't wear sunscreen, you're probably darker in the face than you are in the neck. And I don't know about you, but I have seen pictures of ladies and even people walking around that have a different color body than they do have a face. And if you're into that, great. That's perfect. You do you. But if you want to get a closer match, you might have to do both and pick a shade that's in the middle if you have a face and body difference in color. It's totally up to you. So many of you might be asking or thinking to yourself, like, how do I color match if I have discoloration or rosacea or different color skin tones, or I have active acne? That would be the neck is a good place for you to color match. Or you also might need to just choose a few places along your jawline kind of tap in between some of your blemishes or inside of your discoloration. You want to find the skin underneath, not the irritated skin, but kind of your non-irritated normal skin, if that makes sense. Oh, my mom's on. Everybody say hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. So, okay, I think that's pretty much the basics of color matching. If anybody has any questions, shoot them out now. So, dark and light. Figure out if the color is too dark for you or too light for you. And then figure out if the tone is right. It might be too red. It might be too yellow. It's probably red or yellow. Almost all of our skin tones have red and yellow in them. So you're on a spectrum of red or yellow with maybe some blue or green in some particular shades. Okay, so if nobody has any questions, I'll just show you our line of foundations right now if you want to see them. So I'll start with the darkest shade, which is Hollyhock. This is a really pretty shade. That's our deepest shade. And then we have Desert Pea. Does anybody know what a Desert Pea is? If you do, I'll give you a gold star. What is a Desert Pea, everyone? Next shade. Then we have Goldstone. If anybody can tell me what these are, they're all things in nature. So I'd love to know if anybody knows. Goldstone. Then we have Dove. Everybody knows Dove. This is a really beautiful shade. This has a little green in it, which is really great. All right, then we have Atlas. Atlas. My friend Jen would know this if Jen ever watches this. It's one of her favorite animals right here. Actually, I don't think it's an animal. Who knows what an atlas is? Twig. I swatched that one earlier. Are these names backwards? I just realized they're backwards. Oh well. Zinnia. Everybody knows a zinnia. Beautiful flower. Sand Dollar is the next shade. Then Linen. Then Whisker. And then Quartz. Don't call it warts. Call it Quisker if you're in between. Okay. So, how heavy type of coverage are your foundations? Oh, good question. So our foundations, I'm wearing it right now. So it has a luminous finish. I've had this on for a while, so some of my natural oil is already coming up, which I love. Hey, Melinda, where are you coming from? I keep saying, I'm trying not to. Let me get a drink. I just said, again. Let me get a drink of my watching beverage. I love that. I don't even drink wine, and that's the wine that I like. Okay. The coverage. Our foundations are buildable and thinnable. So buildable means you can put it on in light layers, and you can layer it until you get the coverage that you are looking for. I would say that you could probably get a full coverage out of this foundation. You probably need 3 layers. I would really tell you, if you want my professional opinion, if you're looking for a full coverage foundation, it might just be your preference. If you're covering up a lot, it might be a skincare issue or a skin health issue. So I prefer a lighter, I prefer to let as much as my natural skin show through as possible. I like the natural look. And of course, the least amount of foundation you wear, the more natural it's gonna look. But also, the better color match you have, the more natural it's gonna look, because it looks like your real skin and it blends in with the rest of your body. Yeah, bare skin but better. That's a perfect way. That's exactly what I want. So that's exactly what I have. Thinnable, also thinnable. Thinnable means that you can mix it with an oil, or I sometimes mix it with our apple stem cell serum. And skincare, you can mix it with a moisturizer. Since it is all natural and it's got minerals and oil in the foundation itself, and it doesn't have any chemicals, you can put it in with anything and it'll thin out and become like a skin tint. It will also kind of look like a BB cream, but that'll be a very light coverage, which I really like. And if that's what you're looking for, it'll just be kind of punching up your whatever it is you're mixing it in and giving you just a little bit of coverage, which is awesome for the days that you don't want to actually put on foundation. This foundation is also self-setting. And what that means is if you let it dry down, so you put it on and it's wet, right? I put mine on with a beauty blender because that's my preferred method, a dampened beauty blender. You can also put it on with, a foundation brush, or your fingers is also a great way to do it. So self-setting, a lot of you might have heard that term before. Self-setting means that if you let it dry down, so you put it on, you leave it alone, it will dry and you don't have to use powder. Powder is the enemy. I don't know if any of you have any type of wrinkles, but you know that as soon as you put powder under your eyes, you look like a giant wrinkly mess. And there's nothing wrong with wrinkles. I just don't want to highlight them. So I don't put any powder on my face, which is why I always want a self-setting foundation. Every once in a while, like maybe if I was going somewhere, I like a lot of glow. So if this is not your look, then that's totally fine, but it's completely mine. I might powder just this center portion of my face to take off this heavy shine. Hey Chanel, thanks for joining us. Oh wow, I haven't seen you in so long. It's so good to see your name on here. So you can certainly use a powder with any foundation, but the least amount of things you put on your face, the more natural your skin is gonna look. And it's actually healthier for your skin because it's less crap that you have all over your face. I do want to mention before I stop talking, I hope this has been helpful. If anybody else has any questions, please let me know. If you're interested in more personalized help, I do offer makeup classes, so you can go to stonebeautyco.com and click on the tab Book a Class. And I do offer individual makeup consultations and sessions. I also do group sessions. So if this is just touching the surface of what it is that you're wanting, please check those out because I do have a studio here in Valley View. That's where I'm actually sitting. And I'd love to have you in, and it's super fun. And we make a whole hour of it. Bring your makeup bag, we'll color match you, we'll figure out a look, it'll be great. So if you're interested in trying any of these foundations, which I really hope that you do because they're so great, I have live on the site right now, I have these sample sets, which comes with 4 different shades. I have a deep set, which comes with our 4 deepest shades, these 4 right here. Then there's a medium tan set that has the 4 shades in the middle. And then we have the fair and light set, which has the 4 shades at the top. So these ship free, it's just $5. It gets you 4 shades. You can kind of clip off the corner of this plastic bag right here and squeeze it into your finger and give yourself a good color match. You can also mix the 2 together and see if you're like me and you're a middle shade. Or sometimes if you can't find the right shade, you can skip a couple shades. I don't know if you guys know you can do that. If you can't find the shade that's in the right tone in your level of dark or light, you go out a few, do a couple, 1 or 2 too light and 1 or 2 too dark, and mix those together, and that gives you a whole nother color that's not even in the shade range, which is what I love about mixing. Let's see. Okay, I think that's all that I have. I think I might have talked too fast, or maybe not enough, or too much, I'm not sure. So I'm here for questions. If anybody has any questions about color matching, I'm here for questions about any of our new foundations. These are on sale. They went on live on the site today. They're $46. It is 1 fluid ounce, and I think you will love them. Okay, well, I really, really appreciate you tuning in. I hope that you learned something new. And if you did, please let me know what it was. And if you're watching this after the fact and you have any more questions, please just pop them down in the comments and I will get on and I will try to answer them. So I think that's all that I have. I really, really, oh, someone has a question. If I have sunspots, should I go darker? No, you should not go darker. You should, if you're interested in covering up the sunspot completely, you want to treat the spot individually and color match the skin on your face. So here's how I would do it if you want to know. Laura, great question. This works for any type of like isolated spot. It could be a red spot, it could be a dark spot, it can be even a light spot. You want to find your color match of the majority of your skin. Use your neck too. Get a good color match. You want to put on a light layer with your foundation of your skin tone. Leave it alone. Let it sit for a minute or 2. Then you want to go in and when you want to treat that sunspot, and you don't want to do like a huge way white color if you are looking to lighten it up a bunch. You want to do like a shade or 2 above, maybe a little bit. Dot it right on there. Then you want to do another light layer with your skin tone foundation. You want to build very, very small because you can get a lot of coverage with a little bit if you just work in very, very light layers. That's what I would do. If it's super, super dark, I might tell you to get like a cream foundation, which we might carry. I don't know, we'll see how the liquid foundations go. Those are a little bit, offer a little more coverage in a really quick way. Those can be a little heavier, but if you're only treating 1 or 2 spots. You can also do, I do this sometimes, I'll do a light layer all over the whole face. And then if I'm particularly red, because I get red in my cheeks right here, I'll just do another light layer in that one little section. Let that sit for a minute, finish my makeup. Sometimes you realize that it's not as bad as it seems, or as dark or as light as it seems, when you finish the rest of your makeup. So if you have a sunspot, a lot of people have sunspots right here on the cheeks. Hey, Amy. Oh, another makeup artist. Love you, girl. Amy and I used to work together when we did weddings. I love her. She's great. I should have her on here. She's also a wealth of knowledge. But sunspots, a lot of women have sunspots right here on the tops of your cheeks. So do your light layer, do another second layer here, finish your makeup, and you might be surprised after you add your blush, after you add your other tones, everything kind of balances out and they might disappear. It's all about relativity. It's all about finishing the whole face. Okay, are there any more questions? I love answering these questions. I can talk about this stuff all day. It's funny because I don't know, the science of it, the colors I love. I don't think there's any more questions. Please pop down at the comment section and let me know if you have any more comments, anything to say, any questions, any concerns, any thoughts, and of course I'm always here via email. Make sure you like my page so you'll know when I come back, because I'm going to talk about some more products that are about to launch, which I'm super excited about for the holidays. So thank you again, everybody, for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Bye.